What's up guys, Storyverse89 here, and welcome back to another episode of Astroneer, where last time we spent a great deal of time just collecting it and getting the basics. But now it's time to progress a little bit later into the game, which means getting things set up for interplanetary. Which, you'll be going interplanetary a lot in this game. Like, I mean a lot. Just gotta check our bytes real quick. So, what we need to do now, well, our next goal, is to get the smelting furnace, which I just unlocked 1 second ago. And we also need... what else do we need? We need to get some of these missions done as well. We have some small batteries. Let's say we got some beacons. You'd be surprised at how helpful beacons are later in the game, and especially batteries. You'll be using a lot of batteries also. But now we need to... alright, so we got some of this unsmelted aluminum material. Now we need to go get some more byte resources, which I actually see one right here. We're going to collect that, and then we're probably going to... I don't know. We'll take it from there. So, as I said in the last episode, this game is all about grinding. So you're going to be spending... basically every time playing this, just grinding for resources with very little progression. And I know it doesn't sound that great, but it can be pretty fun. But you gotta be prepared for how much you're gonna be looking for resources, which I'm probably gonna spend most of these episodes doing. Now we do need some more compound, because I think we need... alright, 1 compound, 2 resin. aka the macaroni resource. We've made it back to the base after a not so long resource collecting montage, and now we gotta build our smelting furnace, which is... here it is. That means we're gonna have to use up some quite a bit of power, because we got this running, which albeit doesn't draw that much power, but it does need quite a bit. So we got the medium solar, which can actually provide for both of these things without any resource drain. Or, you know, any power drain that's really severe, so... not too bad. While this stuff is printing, we're going to go get... we're gonna go look in the forest for some ammonium, I think is what it's called. Because I need to build solid fuel thrusters later in the game. We're going to need quite a bit of researching before we actually get to that point, but we will be doing, like, solid fuel progression later in the game. So we got some research samples here. There we go. Like more power extenders? Man, in one of my other saves I didn't have enough power extenders, and now I have more power extenders than I actually need. Use some more tethers to get across into this forest that goes like 2 feet. Okay, that's cool. What does it say? Oh, I just exploded the plant. Alright, I didn't know you could explode trees in this game. Well, now we just need to head back, because I guess there's no ammonium out here. If you want to find ammonium, it looks similar to like a yellow flower. Don't confuse it for... you can't really confuse it for resin because it glows. So it should be pretty easy to detect in the blue forest floor. But we'll get to that in a minute. Looks like our printing is done. And we're pretty low on power because we're not really running any power... no special power generation objects. I would like this soil container to fit on my tool. Okay, whatever, I'll put it there. And we gotta move all this stuff off and move the smelting furnace here. Because now we gotta get smelting. Basically all you do is you take base resources like this laterite, and I'm just gonna call that zinc, and you put it on here, you click Y, we're not going to do that right now because I forgot we're extremely low on power. But I think our next plan is to get a pad. And we're going to do some cave exploration too. Maybe not immediately because I just need some platforms. Like after that little extra excursion. And we're going to, I'm sure, I don't know if you've been wondering, but if you were wondering, the reason you need dynamite, considering that the whole planet is destructible, is because, well, you know, you kind of use it to explode these things called, I think they're like exo-chip containers. I don't remember their specific name. They're like the exodynamics containers or whatever. And basically the whole point of them is to give you exo-chips, which is required for some advanced crafting. Obviously we don't have that at the moment, but if you had the advanced crafting item, like if you need something fancy crafted that requires exo-chips, you look for one of those things. Now before, you used to find them in space, I think they were in space stations actually. Crashed space stations on the surface. You would go find them in the early game, and then you would grab the exo-chips, but they were like super rare in the early game. By early game I mean like early production. Now they're pretty easy to find. You just stroll around until you find a large hard plastic case that has, it just says like exo chip container or whatever. And then you blow it up. And you get exo chips out of it, usually like 2 or 3. You don't get too many out of them, but usually get a few. And I think we just completed a mission. Did we? Yep, we did. And take a bite. We now have power extenders and a bunch of bites, which I think means we can get the shuttle. First shuttle, and early solid fuel thrusters. That basically means we can now go interplanetary very early in the game. Usually it takes me a while to get to this point, but we also got our first piece of aluminum. But we don't have a large printer yet, so I'm gonna go grab some more compound while that's doing all that. And what you use shuttles for, you'll use shuttles a lot in this game, and I mean like a lot, to transit resources between planets. You can't transit people if you're playing co-op, unfortunately. That needs to be a feature. And you're gonna use shuttles like a lot to transport large resources for places that you don't have the equipment to craft on. So like if you're missing a certain thing, you don't have to wait 5 years to print all those things again. You can just kind of bring it with you. But now that we have the large printer and we're going to get some more aluminum, I don't think we actually have cave access yet, unless I already did find one. And in that case, we'll just follow the tethers until we find a cave system. And then we'll go grab ourselves some more aluminum, because we're going to need 1 aluminum and you're going to need 2 aluminum for the shuttle, and 1 aluminum and 1 ammonium for the, I think it's the solid fuel thruster, because you can get a hydrazine one also, but hydrazine takes forever to unlock. Oh, got cave access right here. Oh, never mind. I hate false cave access. It always tricks me into thinking that there's cave access there, and then there's not actually any caves. Oh, we did find a cave. Okay. So we're gonna go grab some aluminum, and I'll meet you guys back to hopefully print the shuttle and the thruster. So let's get to it. And we've returned after a much larger excursion than before. We found 2 deposits of aluminum. That's very good. Having multiple deposits is very nice for not having to trek 5 miles to go get some more, because that becomes a serious hassle later in the game. We can also make some more batteries, which is always nice. Having a large battery store is always a good idea. Yeah, so our printing adventure is going to take a while. Do we already have the medium generator? That would be nice. Yeah, no we don't. Of course we don't. We only have one solar panel, and it's already... well, it's already nighttime, so... it doesn't really help me. On the bright side, we got some free tethers. And a new storage. Which means we can finally take this stuff off of this random platform. Give us a new storage. Storage space is a major helper in this game. You will be surprised at how much you are using storage. Well, you won't be that surprised because this game's all about storing, power management, etc. So, there we go. We got a medium storage, and I think we're going to boot up that generator as well so we can get a little bit more power. Albeit it won't be much considering it's 2 U's, but it's better than nothing, right? There we go, little boost of power for our thing over there. And we also need to make another platform, so... oh boy, this is going to be a lot of printing. I'll run over here because I need some more resin. Only one, luckily, but yeah, I'll do a little montage again, and I'll see you when hopefully everything is done. Alright, and we're back after an extremely long little montage there, because I had a lot of resources to collect. And we are finally almost to the point where we can also visit another planet. We just need a little bit more soil to smelt some of this aluminum, or aluminum resource. And once we get that done, all we have to do now is, well, I mean, we do need some more research items, so find one. Anything around here? Doesn't seem like it. But, oh, we're almost there. We just need a little bit of ammonium. So we might actually just go check the forest for that, because it might take a little less time. Alright, and we're back, and I found a new research item. I did not find any ammonium, but I did find that exo cache that you just saw, which is what you get the exo chips from, and we're actually gonna go blow it up. Because who doesn't like a good explosion every now and then, even if this game isn't that violent? It can be, I guess, but not really that much. Just watch out, because you're gonna blow yourself up with it. My exo chips rolled into the pit. No! Oh, alright, saved them. Any more down here? Okay. Just checking to make sure that we didn't lose any more exo chips, because these are very valuable, despite them being so easy to find compared to last time. But now that we have some exo chips, we've secured us a little bit of advanced crafting later in the game once we actually find something that needs exo chips. Which I don't think we have anything that needs that yet. But we also do need to do some more digging. Put this aluminum away. And, yeah. Meet you guys when it's actually ready. Okay, after some extensive soil collection that lasted basically like a minute, we finally have enough for 1 ammonium, which means we can get 1 solid fuel thruster out of it. Which means that should get us 1 step closer to colonizing another planet at some point. I don't think we'll actually colonize in this episode, but we might get to visit one of the other planets. And there are quite a few. I think we're probably going to visit Calidor first, only because that planet's actually pretty fun to go to, and there's a lot of resources there. Including ammonium, which is what I actually need a lot of. So we'll go there first. We'll wait on some of the other things. But we're just going to put this resin away. There we go. Give that generator some new organic. Thing should be almost done. Yep, there it is. And rinse. Probably turn that off because we don't have much power generation going on right now. We are going to rip the oxygenator out of the base and install it in the shuttle, not as an engine. Just until we get to that point when we get another oxygenator. Because you can't have tethers without them. So here we go. It's time to fly. And we have arrived at the dusty planet Calidor. A dry and surprisingly resource-filled planet that we're probably going to be spending a lot of time on. Because this planet has ginormous caves that you can even run trains through. Yes, you can run a train in the cave. That's how big it is. So we're definitely going to be spending a lot of time on this planet. But first, we kind of need some resources, generators, etc. So we're going to need a lot. We won't be able to get a little bit of it set up. Sorry, we won't be able to get a little bit of it set up today. But probably just this part. And then the rest will be done later. So we're going to get us a little printer. And a little generator. Because that's all we have right now. Until I bring resources later. So we're going to collect us some of that sweet organic. Which is more annoying than it is helpful sometimes. Plug it into the generator. And now we can pop us some actual resources. But we'll get to that in the next episode. And I think we'll park here in the shuttle. So, thanks for watching today's episode, and I will see you guys next time. Oh wait, don't forget to like and subscribe. I almost always forget to say that.